welcome to STEM Time with Miss Indyca. Today, we are going to test what sinks and what floats. You can get a tub of water, or this is something that you can do in the bathtub or up at a kitchen sink or bathroom sink as well. Just ask your parents what they prefer. I walked around the classroom and I found different items that I know if they get wet, they will not get ruined. Please ask your parents what you can put in water. Today, I have a plastic fork, a piece of a tree, just a round wood chip, a colored pencil, a Hot Wheel, a piece of styrofoam. This is from a pool noodle, a magnetile, a straw, a Lego. This is just a round disc from our manipulative area. And then a weight. This is kind of heavy. Which items do you think are going to float? They're going to stay on the top of the water. Or which items do you think are going to sink to the bottom of the bucket? Let's try the weight. This is heavy. Do you think the weight is going to float on the top, or is it going to sink to the bottom? Sink or float? Let's put it in. What happened? It sunk to the bottom. What about this plastic fork? Do you think this fork is going to sink or float? We're making predictions when we ask before we do it. I think this fork is going to float. It's pretty light. Oh, it's floating. All right, stay to the top. What about the Hot Wheel? Do you think the Hot Wheel is going to float or sink? Let's put it in and find out. It sunk to the bottom. It went all the way to the bottom. What about the colored pencil? Sink or float? Do you guys see it on the top still? It's still floating. What about the Lego? Sink or float? It stayed on the top. What about the straw? Sink or float? It's pretty light. It floated. What about the disc? This disc is light. Do you think it's going to sink or float? Let's see. It floated. What about the wood? Is the wood going to sink or float? This is a piece of a tree. Let's see. Oh, it floated. It stayed at the top. What about this magnetile? Sink or float? Let's put it in. It sunk to the bottom. What about this piece of styrofoam from the pool noodle? I think that this is going to float because I've seen kids play on these at the pool. It floated.